Alright, getting started. And Jill of Trades better be in the chat. Oh my gosh, Jill of Trades! Hey, I'm right on time. I just sat down. You know who else is about to just sit down? Is this guy, Tiny Cat. Hello, subscribers and future subscribers. This is Tiny Cat. He's about to sit down. I'm KarmaJolt. This game is Dragon Warrior 2 for the Nintendo NES system. And, we're almost done with that level grind. I do want to get to max level. Also, this is me, like, extending the playthrough of this game, because I'm not quite ready for it to end yet, you know? But let's go get some levels. Tiny Cat is correct. And, we're working out today, just like usual. If we get any donos, Abraham Beck, I will do some lunges today. Alright, now Tiny Cat sat down. Good job, Tiny Cat. Let's fight this Bull Wong and get a level up for Esgar. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, I gotta remember to, put my car back in the driveway. I shoveled a little bit so I could get it out of the driveway. And I was told that, a guy with a what's the word? Snowblower was gonna come over and blow our driveway. But I guess that didn't happen. Here's the level up that I'm talking about. It's getting to the point of the game where our level ups are gonna have some real big ones. So Esgar just got 10 power, Abraham Beck. 2 speed, HP by 1, MP by 3. A light sprinkling of other stats, but 10 power is huge, and, like, we'll probably be able to see it here. Oh, I should have healed Gwen. What's the max level in this game? 35? Jill of Trades? I forgot what it was, but it's different for each character. I think it might be, 40, 35, 30, or something like that. Maybe 50, 40, 30? 50, 45, 35? Heal all self. Unlimited power, says Rogue Effect. Yeah, because of Tiny Cat. Alright, one of his hits was for 43 there. That's pretty good. Healed herself just in time. That's a lot for one level. I've never gotten that much power from a level up, Abraham B. Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Dang, these guys are pretty dodgy. Good timing on the healing. I feel like that's the thing that happens for the most part. Is when you're going to heal a character, it like happens at the beginning of the round. Gouda Guy said hi. What is this, a new feature? Hey, welcome. We were talking about the said hi button earlier today. And it's weird that there's a button, like, if you're watching on mobile, you can tap a button that just basically enters the chat, said hi, into the text. But it says it as if you typed out the words, said hi. So it's not like, like in an MMO where, like, the character name is in parentheses. Like, parentheses, character name said hi. So it's as if you're just typing out the word said hi, and I find that weird. One Girl, 2 Cups says, do you mess with retro achievements at all? Life-changing if you're a retro gamer. You know, I've been meaning to look that up for a long time. I don't. I will do that the next time I, like, actually remember, but I keep forgetting Rasta Warrior. Gwen died. Whoops. RA is addicting? Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't check it out then, Death Bob. Said Cello. That's the character from, Road to Cheldorado, right? Ra is addicting. I had a whole mirror of it at one point. It's a reference to this game. Gwen, stop being made of glass. Jill, like, she got one-shotted there. Like, it's not really her fault, you know? I do think everyone maxes out their levels when they get to 2 million experience. Android Gamer Hunter J says, is this Dragon Quest? Yes, as a matter of fact, it's Dragon Quest 2. Welcome. Technically Dragon Warrior 2, because this is the North American release that I have on the Nintendo NES system. Was in the same boat as you. Heard about it for years and kind of just didn't take it serious. Started last year and it's addicting. Highly recommend. What was that about? Why did the music go back to the, 3 party members in your party overworld music? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so when all 3 party members of your party are alive, you get this overworld music. But for a second, it changed from the previous overworld music to the everyone's here overworld music. What was that about? Was one of us dead for a second? Strange glitch? Strange glitch, perhaps? I wasn't quite paying attention because I was reading the chat, because all of you cool and handsome people are saying interesting things in my chat. Awesome, I'm playing DQ3 app version. Android Gamer Hunter J. That checks out for you, I would say. Yeah, never played the mobile versions, but like, I can't imagine they're too much different from some other versions that you can get on like Switch and PlayStation. In technical terms, maybe a hex number skipped over XD. Jill of Trades? I'll skip your number. I don't know what I mean by that. Like I'm working at like a fast food place and you order and I just like forget about it. I just don't bring you your food. I wouldn't do that to you. One of the best RPG games for the NES. Abraham Beck. Yeah, let's talk about good RPGs for the NES. There's Dragon Warrior 1 through 4. Final Fantasy 1. But then, like, what else is there, you know? Crystallis, an adventure RPG. Zelda games, adventure RPGs. Mother 1, good call. One Girl. Jaws, says Death Bob. You could maybe technically consider that an RPG. Lily K. I recruited the Princess of Moonbrook. The Emmental. But she didn't have the bamboo pole I discarded when she was following my party pre-Ra's mirror. Good guy, what does she come equipped with in this game? So to clarify, I did post a short earlier about how, at one point when you get to Hamlin in this game, you can talk to a dog, and the dog will temporarily start to follow you as if it was a party member. And while that dog was doing that, I threw the bamboo stick from my inventory, which basically just means to discard it, which has absolutely no bearing on the game. And then later, when you get the Mirror of Ra and you show it to that dog, it turns out the dog is actually Princess Gwen, who was transformed by an evil curse. And then she transforms back into her original self and she joins your party. And anytime she joins you, no matter what you've done, her inventory will include a bamboo pole, like that she's equipped with a stick for a weapon. And I just kind of acted like, oh my god, she kept the stick that I threw. She has a wizard staff, a fur hood, and a silk robe. Okay, she starts with a wizard staff. That's a big upgrade. Good guy. How about Gauntlet? Is that an RPG? You know, Abraham Beck, I'm kind of learning now that I'm not really sure what exact criteria make an RPG. It's one of those things that, like, for the most part, I know it when I see it. Yo, 1997 experience? I think that's when Genevieve B was born. No, she was born in 98. She kept the stick as a sign of friendship. Yeah, that's what I was acting like, Jill of Trades, but she has a stick equipped no matter what. So I hope that didn't break the illusion for anyone. Freg, what's going on? It's definitely a big upgrade, especially when I have like 3 of them now. Yeah, Gouda Guy, like if her starting equipment is upgraded, then that's like, that's huge, actually. Because she can immediately be effective offensively in combat if she... Assuming the staff casts Fireball. It's like the same as the Wizard's Wand in this game. Maybe I'm wrong. What's your favorite NES RPG, Karma? Yo, One Girl? I love, Dragon Warrior 3, as a matter of fact. Which, like, I might play that next. If we take the name at face value, most games are RPGs. Yeah, role-playing game. Yeah, because, like, in most games, you assume the role of a character, you know? For example, next time I play an RPG, I'm gonna assume the role of my friend Shikamario, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Esgar is hitting for 30 and 30, which is a big upgrade now that he got way buffer. We got a level up, and he got 10 power. Yo, Shikamario, I was just talking about you. I like seeing the party members' names in combat, because you get the Esga Gwen, which sounds like Gwen has the title of the Esga. Yes, the Esga. Or maybe it's Ezja. Ezjar. Maybe I've been pronouncing it wrong. I've never heard him say it out loud. Ultima, Death Bob, that's a good one too. Precursor to these games, as a matter of fact. I don't know what Fireball would be in modern DQ, but it casts Frizz, which is the lowest level single target fire spell. Yeah, so Gouda Guide. In this game it's called Fireball, and then in the next game it's called Blaze. It is the lowest level single target, like 10 damage fire spell. Which Dragon Warrior has the best intro cutscene, says Abel Savage? I always like DW2 and the random guard making it all the way out. Yeah, no, I love that guy. Dude was a homie. I would have taken him as the 4th party member. Then he immediately dies. Like, after he gets to the king and is like, I have tidings. And the king's like, ooh, tidings. The guy's like, yeah, they're not good. The world's in trouble, and, like, our entire village was ransacked and burned down. And the king's like, ah. And then he disappears. Right after he brings the tidings. Dragon Wars, wherein you fight the Babylonian pantheon and not actually dragons. Lily K? Wait, what are you talking about? Is that a real thing? Pippin, what are you doing? I thought RPG meaning if you level up a character in games, that means it's a RPG classification. Yeah, like anything that has an experience system and leveling up. But then you can consider River City Ransom an RPG. You know? It definitely has RPG elements, is how I've classified that in the past. Alright. It is, says Death Bob. Oh, okay, never mind then. I don't mind that. Old NES era RPG. So Lily K. Dragon Wars? Not Dragon Warrior. GTA San Andreas is an RPG with RPGs in it. Dragon Wars by Interplay is what Lily is talking about. It was on a few systems, including NES and DOS computers. Grimburn. Interplay later became... not Blizzard. Bethesda, I think? But Interplay worked with Silicon and Synapse for a lot of games back in, like, the, I guess the SNES era. And Silicon and Synapse later became Blizzard. I think Interplay became Bethesda eventually. Anything is an RPG if you think hard enough. Gouda Guy, that comment is an RPG. Because I'm about to think about it. Didn't some guys from Interplay form Obsidian? I don't know what that is, actually. Shikamario. Life is an RPG, says Dog Eat Hot Dog. Never heard of that game. Yeah, Dragon Wars, Abraham? Neither have I. Am I an RPG? Am I even real? No, 1 girl, 2 cups. You are 1 girl. And some amount of cups. But I have yet to confirm. I'm an NPC, says Jill of Trades. Yeah, no, I think you're like a commerce NPC. Like, I can do, like I can buy weapons from you. You're like a merchant. You also like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. Obsidian are the ones that made Fallout New Vegas. Part of Bethesda? Wait, I thought that was Bethesda. Is it like Star Wars with dragons? Or in other words, Star Wars, Gouda Guy? Interplay 100% restructured and became Bethesda, but some members left to create Obsidian. Okay. Yeah, I guess I actually have never heard of Obsidian. Self-aware NPC is right. You are real and so funny. Hey, Abraham? You can say that to a lot of people. Hey, thank you so much. A lot of people here, I meant. Johan, what? Real life isn't an RPG? Had no idea. Oh, huge spoiler, actually. Yeah, you don't find that out until, like, way late into the game. Sorry about that. Weapons merchant? Yeah, I'd be like, now, if you really want to gut a guy in the stomach, I would use this weapon. No, I want to gut him in the leg. Side order. How are you? I'd buy that for $1, says Death Bob. They also make Grounded, and I think they also make Mass Effect. I don't know Grounded, side order. Let's go to work now. Don't beat the Foss without me. Gouda Guy, I'll try my best. Dragon War's pretty fun for how old it is, but it had old-timey copy protection where you had to have a real instruction manual, yeah, to reference numbered paragraphs to enjoy the story. I see. Yeah, I remember like on a bunch of old, a lot of DOS games, a lot of old like floppy disk games, to prevent piracy because those could easily be copied and distributed. Like the way, for example, oh, Day of the Tentacle. My mom got me a copy of that game for like $10 from Babbage's or like Electronics Boutique or something. But it was a point-and-click LucasArts game. Probably from, like, 1994, if I had to guess. Super funny game. I streamed it a long time ago. But at one point, pretty early on in the game, you have to build a battery out of salad ingredients so that one of your colleagues who was transported to the past can activate the Chronojon, which is a toilet/time machine, and power it. But what happens is you have to put the correct amount of croutons, the correct amount of oil, and the correct amount of vinegar into the salad battery. And in order to know the correct amount, the game tells you to reference a random page in the instruction manual. So it will generate a number between 1 and, I don't know, 60, depending on how many pages the instruction manual had. Then you look up that specific page, and on every page there is a diagram in the corner that shows you, okay, if you got this number, put this amount of everything in the salad battery. This sounds like a trip. Yeah, Day of the Tentacle, real fun game. The sequel to Maniac Mansion. He says there's a website that has the paragraphs, you can just search them up. Oh, of course, Grimburn. Yeah, I'll look that up. I watched highlights of Albert Pujols. Love baseball. I love that his name is Pujols. That dude won like 3 World Series. Some copyright protection is ridiculous, says Dog Eat Hot Dog. Sometimes you can guess the answer if you're smart. Google has made seemingly random trivia too easy to look up now. Yeah, so I also remember another LucasArts game, TIE Fighter, had a similar copyright protection thing where upon character creation, it would random a number, and you'd look up that page on the manual, and there would be a random password in there that you had to enter. But we lost the manual, so anytime we created a new character, my brothers would remember, but we'd have to hope that the game randomed like one of 3 numbers that we remember the password for. Yeah, then some of those games, Sierra ones especially, printed their instruction manuals on dark brown paper so it would be illegible when photocopied. Oh, Gashdolf. I've seen that, actually. I, never really played any of those games. But I have been watching a lot of this guy, One Short Eye, on YouTube, who does, like, speedrun history for all those old Sierra games. Good content. You'd bring a pen and paper to the magazine section at the grocery store and copy the cheat codes. Dog Eat Hot Dog, Oh, this guy sacrificed. What a D-bag. You know, I've never seen it this much. Cliff White, welcome in. I just got one-shotted by a dude who cast the sacrifice spell, which instantly wipes my whole party. And there's not a lot I can do about it. Police Quest 3 used a series of criminal conduct codes, says Tails Cora. You'd use throughout the game printed in the manual, like using a specific code to book someone for drunken public conduct. Oh, interesting. Dog Eat Hot Dog, I was gonna say, I remember... I never brought, like, pen and paper to write it down, but I do remember looking at gaming magazines, you know, whenever we were at some sort of store. The one that I specifically remember was reading about Mega Man X and how you can get the, as I called it, Ryu Fireball. And I was like, ooh, that's crazy. It's just like Ryu from Street Fighter. I know now that it's called something else, and he's called something else. But I do remember reading that in a magazine and being like, we have to try this. Abraham, you did the same thing? Bring a pen and some paper. The Zelda Fireball, yes, thank you, Alves. Oxy Montana, welcome in. Game facts. I was there from 2000 to 2012, the metal board. Axe Ambient never really was on anything like that. I remember being on, like, a local forum that, like, a lot of kids from my high school were on. Gashdolf says, I also remember certain Leisure Suit Larry games on top of the piracy protection referencing the manual. I would also ask you about current events in politics, I guess to make sure you're an adult. Oh, crazy. Game Genie Code Creators Club. I discovered the code to walk through walls in Pokemon Blue for Game Genie. Hell yeah. Yo, Reggie, what's going on? Ever played Zelda Link to the Past on GBA? Haven't played that version. A little bit, just to make some shorts content out of it, but haven't like played it, you know. The Ken Beam, right? I don't know where anything is in Mega Man X2. Bill Mozart, I have a 100% playthrough of that game on a playlist somewhere. Streamed it a long time ago. That's another game I should get back to. I remember this one from Leisure Suit Larry. If you inhaled Agent Orange, you were probably... Oh my gosh. in the Vietnam War. It's what answer is it looking for there? In big trouble. Kim Miles, what's going on? Yeah, dead, Death Bob. Any evidence on the glitch yet? Well, what do you mean by that? We're about to do another glitch at some point. According to Al Lowe's own website, A, in Vietnam, B, stoned, C, loaded with vitamin C, D, able to talk like Donald Duck. Oh, it was a multiple choice thing, huh? Color palette glitch. Oh, Kim Miles. Did you used to have a different screen name? I remember the question, not the possible answers. I see. I didn't realize it was a multiple choice thing. Yo, Giant had a treasure chest, and we got some gold or something. Yeah, Al Lowe wrote all the Leisure Suit Larry games, probably up to Magna Cum Laude. Yeah, so you're probably talking about that Sonic 3 palette swap. I looked it up, couldn't find a single thing about it. But that was a long time ago. Yeah, as I said earlier, I found something on the internet that made me kind of happy. Yo, Dracos? Was it a Tiny Cat stream? Whoops. Hold up. So I can either take the stairs to exit here, or I can just leave this way? What is the point of the stairs, then? It turns out elevation means nothing in this game. Gonna have to ask Power Star Japan about it. Sure. Good luck. Gwen got kind of bopped there. But she alive. Oh, shoot. Getting snuck up on by these guys is pretty bad. Esgar died. It's sad to see Esgar go. That means snail in French. What's the level cap in this game? Alves! Yeah, so I forgot. It differs for every character, though. Damn it, Karma. Do you love trades? You kinda like that one. Ooh, they can lower my defense no more. You're super high leveled, says Johan E. I want to get to max. It's not that hard in this game. I think 50 is capped, says Lily K. Ooh, what we get here? Oh, extra gold, okay. Yeah, so I think once... The Blizzard earlier dropped the Wizard's Wand for me, and I think because I already have one of those in my inventory, if it drops a treasure chest again, it just gives you extra gold. Genevieve B. The Goo has been promoted to the next level. 2 power, 1 speed, HP by 5. Any cat streams make me happy, but I learned that No Man's Sky save data is cloud-based and available for Switch. The issue is that the Switch version is supposed to be poor. Interesting. You can drop my wizard wand, Elvez. What do you mean by that? Don't explain it. Don't explain it. Don't explain it. Please, don't explain it. I'm gonna wildly speculate. The remake made the Roan section a lot easier, says Johan Ewaldson. It's pretty brutal, especially if you don't have a map. Hey, howdy. Bull Wong. That's a bunch of Bull Wong. Yeah, what's my experience looking like? Damn. I'm not even halfway to 1,000,000. This might take me a lot longer than I thought. I think maybe 1,000,000 is the cap, is the experience cap. Yeah, Shikamaru, what are the numbers? Somebody said it earlier and I don't remember. I think defeat is one of the stupidest spells in the game. Instant kill spells are so broken with a 3-man team. Yeah, Dracos, like, it's fine that your guy has it and it doesn't work that often. But when enemies use it, and it works more often, that's pretty bad. What's weird is that in Dragon Warrior 3, there's a section where, like, you have to send a single character, like, by themselves into a whole-ass dungeon. And for some reason, there are a ton of enemies in there that can confuse, sleep, or instant death. And it's like, that's the thing that kills a one-man party, you know? All three of those, I should say. BRB, I'm starving, and the Kindo said Wendy's. Nice, Alves. I'll just upgrade my power by activating Polymerization to fuse Ace Skull 64, and 0-1 to fusion summon Ace Skull Chimera. Attack 2300, defense 1800. Heck yeah. Michael says, hi Karma, I was just stopping by. Have a nice grind. Hey, appreciate you. Love to be able to leave my property right now, says Death Bob. Are you snowed in? 50, 45, 35. Okay, so we got a long way to go. Got lucky. Bap. Thank you, Mr. Nightshade. Yeah, I think you might have mentioned that earlier. So Karma, the song, how was it? Aces? I had a lot to do today, and I totally forgot about it. I apologize. Whoops, that was just Gwen on her own. Yeah, smack that dude. Smack that monkey. That Batboon clearly has a tail. But baboons usually don't, right? Speedrunner's nightmare, I bet. It's fine, I was being a joker because I knew you forgot. Alright, good joke. You got me. That was a good one. What a joker. Everyone put some sort of suit in the chat. Diamonds is obviously the best one. Baboons have tails, I think. I thought they were apes. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. My grocery store texted me. Spades from Rogue Effect and Johan E. Aces with all of them. Bop. Soup. Abraham? Close. Yeah, Lily K, I like the orange diamond. Because it's orange in Balatro. If you turn on colorblind mode. Or whatever the setting is. Excuse me. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. Yeah, 1,000,000 XP for the caps. Okay, thank you, Lily K. Dang, alright. In that case, we got a long way to go. I guess it will start to go faster if I'm more powerfuler. I got a knockoff Balatro in Roblox. Still pretty good, though. Asus? I'm interested. Should we start doing level grinding in the Fungeon? Dost thou wish to save thy deeds in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor? Yeah, let's continue thy quests. Is the gold card in this game useless? I wouldn't say it's useless, Johan. It saves you a lot of money on stuff. Damn. But yeah, the gold card is an item that you can get from winning the lottery in this game. Hey, Gwen leveled up. 1 power, 4 speed, 1 HP, 5 MP. And basically what it does is it gives you discounts on, like, pretty much anything you can buy for the remainder of the game. So it does save you a lot of money, which means you can go much faster. Grinding is more fun. You know, I rather enjoy it in this game. Alex, what's going on? Oof. He crit the goo for like 140. Tanked it, though. Why did it do that again? Where it played the wrong overworld theme for a second. It started to play the theme, the overworld theme for when you don't have your full party, and then it was like, wait a second. Like it messed up, and then it's like, okay, now we have the right music. Randomizer Pepsi Man. Weird glitch. It happened twice now. I don't remember that happening, but maybe I've seen that before. I am pounding a beer while taking care of kids. Yo, Axed Ambient? I might give me a drink, I don't know. Restarted Earthbound and about to get Paula. Alex, why'd you restart? I know a lot of people who will do that. Like, they'll get kind of far into a game, then just restart it. Because... BGM was literally like, oh shit, you survived. Yeah, Tails Korra? BGM was literally, oh, Ish, you survived? Yeah, Tails Korra? That might have been what it did. Oh, I thought at least one of you died. Because you got crit, like, really hard. But I guess you didn't die. Didn't expect that. That giant swung a tree at you, so we assumed you were dead. Wasn't that far into it anyway, I see. Today is the day I turned 41. Yo, Dracos! Everyone put, a big old cake in the chat for Dracos Everbright. HBD. 41? A prime number. I think. Happy birthday! Ouch. Okay, well, no, there I definitely died. Cake! Rogue effect? Wrong. Dracos Everbright, it seems like just yesterday you were 40. Gary P2, what's going on? Hey, happy Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. Hey, appreciate you. I have to remember to move my car before 10 o'clock. Yeah, Dracos, I got crit for like 160 there. When you get revived from being dead, does your character feel like a little hungover, you think? Like, I bet that sucks. I bet you have, like, a huge headache and you're in a ton of pain. Yeah, giants have high crit rate, Johan. Let's wander a little bit. I have the return spell. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, I'll die again? Come on, controller. It's like waking up from taking too long of a nap in the afternoon. Not sure? That sounds about right. You're probably in a ton of pain from whatever killed you being healed. Yeah, Dracos, I'm wondering, like, if there's still some sort of lingering pain. Like, can you still feel a sting? Because you do get, like, I got revived with 1 HP, right? I'm probably in a ton of pain, and then, like, you know, then you cast Heal All, and you're back to full HP. Are you just like, wow, I'm totally fine. Everything's good. Can't feel a thing. Pet. Bunch of cats being pesky down here. Tiny cat, you are good. Ever played Beyond the Beyond? It's on PS1 and very few stream it. You know, I think I saw that game and I wrote it down on like a list of games I want to check out. I remember the name, I don't remember what it is. Was I supposed to go the other way? Bull Wong. It's so underrated. Tell me about it. Five-man party, top-down view, love it. I remember reading a book saying the healing potions were like alcoholic and left you really drunk when you took them. Dracos! For what game? Makes you wonder what eating a senzu bean would feel like. Probably amazing. Yeah, Gary P2. Like, you can kind of see it in the show, too. They're like, what? This is insane, you know? It was a fiction novel. I see, I see. You get a pet dragon that is like your dog, then it grows up to giant size and you get to ride him. That's awesome. Senzu bean is what it's like to chew on 5 gum. Scott X? I've never had 5 gum. I can't imagine, like, the board meeting for, like, alright, we're gonna come out with a new chewing gum. What should it be called? Duh, 5. What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And it just might work. Shield of Strength. Tiny Cat Quake. Tiny Cat, that was a long one. He done been scritching himself. I just did 70 damage to that guy. That's pretty good. Like, Esgar actually hits kinda hard now. Where is 6-7 Gum? Rogue Effect banned. Zenzi beans are like hard mint beans. The bad ones hurt you. Huh. Not everything can be fruit stripe gum. Not sure? Are you sure about that? They love to lower my defense. Get defeated. Let's do this. Shield of Thunder. Hey, Esgar got a level up. 5 power. Look at that. Speed by 1, HP by 2, MP by 2. It's the best gum ever for 8 seconds. Fruit stripe gum? Yeah. Oh, this looks like an annoying walk. Is this how I get to the Fungeon, aka the final dungeon? Defeat got 3 out of 4 of them. That's pretty darn good. I did not need to cast Explodette, apparently. Yeah, that battle gives a ton of experience, too. Defeat got neither of the blizzards this time. Ah, Gwen died. Is your name a reference to River City Ransom? Always wondered that. It is, Johan. Yeah, the KarmaJolt is an item that you can purchase in River City Ransom that essentially is like a full heal item. Let's save the game. Remember that gum that came in like a spool? Bubble tape. Yeah, it's 6 feet of bubble gum. For you, not them. Why do you ask, Rogue Effect? Well, pluck my berries. It's stream time. Soul Wave? Love that. It's expensive, too. What, bubble tape? Or the KarmaJolt, you mean? Yeah, usually you stock up on a couple of those before you go fight the Foss. They still sell it. Yeah, Draco's Everbright. I actually also found out that there's a shop down the road from me that's like, it sells like baseball cards and sports cards, but they also sell like Pokemon and Magic and stuff like that. But they also sell Big League Chew at the counter. Six feet of awful low-quality gum that breaks apart in your mouth, but what a package. Yeah, Scud X. Look, I didn't realize it sucked when I was a kid. If you made an alt account where you post your previously members-only videos, would you call it Smile? Tails Koro, you gotta explain the joke there. Jake Asman fan, how are you? Grinder Man? Wow, I got outed. Big League Chew watermelon flavor FTW. Not sure? That stuff turns to liquid? Does it? Nah, they use it in the big leagues. Smile was the one free item in River City Ransom. Tails Korra? I would not have gotten there. That would have required a leap of logic that I and I can't jump that far. Good man. How's the head today? Jake Asman fan? Haven't had any complaints. Feeling alright. How about you? Getting back to Bubblegum, remember when Double Bubble came with comic strips? I remember when Bazooka Joe did that. Bazooka Bubblegum did that. And they were about Bazooka Joe and his ragtag band of hilarious friends. An eclectic assortment of personalities. I probably couldn't read those these days because the comic strip was like this, you know? But that's still gotta be a thing, right? Archie and Jughead. Yeah, it was very similar to that, not sure. Genevieve with the members only emojis. It's been wild, chat, says X Dambient. Laffy Taffy jokes were good as well. Bazooka gum was the rock hard gum with comics. Yeah, like it was hard to chew. Dracos. If the max is 1 million XP, how close are you to max level? Look, Johan, I don't think I'm halfway there yet. We'd encourage have served thee well, but we got one more level up. The Goo's power increased by 2, speed by 2, HP by 3. I think I meant to go the other way. One of the novelty gifts I saw last year was Bazooka Joe's stress ball in the shape of their candy. Somehow they got the texture of it strangely right. Weird. Recently found out you can die to the Starman Jr. fight. Yeah, Alex. You actually have to level grind to get there, as a matter of fact. Take that, Batboon. Man, that guy looks so happy to be battling. Yeah, we're not even at 500,000 experience. Gwen has a 420 in the number, though. Yeah, maybe I should rethink grinding all the way to max level. The fights have gotten easier. That's true. I mean, it's going a little bit faster. I'm not, like, in trouble every battle. Shield of Strength. Dead. Where are all the metables? Yeah, Rogue Effect, I don't think you find any out here. You gotta go in caves and stuff. You don't have to stay by the House of Healing. That's true. But I don't know if there's a benefit to me going this way. Neckface. Is this first-gen Pokemon? Looks wild. You know, people say that all the time on my streams. If you really want to know, this is Dragon Warrior 2 on the Nintendo NES system. It's called Dragon Quest 2 in Japan. Sometimes I miss those watermelon Pop-Tarts and asteroid candy. Does anyone remember a cereal called Hidden Treasures? Oh, you can find attack bots out here. Well, I guess because maybe I'm south of The monolith, huh? Esgar still can't hit this guy. Just gonna do this. Looks clean for an NES game, says Uber Noob. I want to say this game was like 1989. Maybe it says 1990 on the title screen. But of course, this is the English version, so it was translated. And probably Japan got it before us, is what I'm trying to say. So does anyone know, what I'm kind of afraid of is if I go into the final dungeon, will I ever be able to see, like, the Illusion Town again? That was kind of vague. Let me show you what I mean, actually. Oh, look at this. There's a crazy castle up here. 1990 in the USA, says Jake Asman fan. Thank you. Gosh dang it. We were just talking about Blizzard a second ago, weren't we? Dang it. Gwen died. Gwen got insta-killed by the defeat spell. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to have the Goo fight the Blizzard, because I know he can one-shot. Did they flip the enemy names on the battle selection there? That threw me off. The music doesn't change. I see, so when you revive a character in the overworld, it doesn't automatically update the music from you have fewer than 3 party members overworld theme to the hey, you have 3 party members overworld theme. So maybe that had something to do with that glitch that we saw earlier. What? This is Middenhall Castle. Woof woof. Let's stay at the freaking inn. Welcome to the Village Inn. It's only 12 pieces. Yeah, I want to stay. Sleep well. Good morning. I trust thou art well rested. Okay, we got our stuff back. We deal in tools. Good day, then. This is Middenhall Castle, for sure. If thy path leads west of this castle, thou shalt reach the town of Leftwind. This is crazy go nuts. Although it makes me sad, thou must go forth and seek thy destiny. Go now, my heir, our fate is in thy hands, or whatever he said. Empty treasure chest, huh? What? I can't go up the stairs? I wonder if I can take that teleportal. When in need, visit the House of Healing. Oh, I can finally use the open spell, too. Unlock that door. The goo is still inexperienced. Return here in thy need. This probably doesn't work, too, huh? Yeah, interesting. I feel like a great magician warned me about this. I don't know if I have to do this in a specific spot, but let's use the Charm of Rubus. With one hand, Gwen held aloft the Charm of Rubus, which is impressive because this is like a 200-pound charm that she's holding with one hand. Gwen could hear a voice drawing near. Gwen, be not deceived by false visions. Whoa, that's crazy! Welcome to Bragol's Tools. May I help thee? Is that shopkeeper's name Bragol? Thou hast come to Middenhall, says this flame. Greetings, I am the keeper of this inn. The fool's false paradise suited thee better. Now thou shalt regret meddling in Hargon's affairs. Battle time. Oh, these are gold bat boons, huh? Oh, and it turns out that the inn didn't actually heal me. So my... Oh! Yeah, so my HP and MP got reset. So that's probably the impetus for that glitch that we're about to do later. Where apparently what I can do, according to Darth Nerd, and I have read about this like years ago. I did read about this glitch, but basically what you can do is you can come into the fake Midden Hall with the Falcon Sword equipped on the hero. Then equip him with the Sword of Destruction, which is cursed but hits like a freaking truck. Then you use the Charm of Rubis to break this illusion, and the game will re-equip you with the Falcon Sword, but it will fail to recalculate your offensive power. So, in other words, you'll be able to use the Falcon Sword to hit twice per combat with offense, as if you had the Sword of Destruction equipped, but you are not cursed. I don't know what happens if you leave after breaking the illusion. Yeah, let's see what happens, Lily Kazami. It turns back to Midden-Hall Castle. Okay. So yeah, I'll show you again. Look, if you stay at the inn in this not Midden-Hall Castle, which is actually on illusion, then you break the illusion by holding aloft the Charm of Rubis. Your HP and MP values will actually be set back to what they were before you stayed at that fake inn. Live short stream. Yo, Alves? Yeah, I might make a short about that. Because that's a really cool part of this game. And I guess I can fight these gold bat boons again. These demon monkeys. Obviously inspired by The Wizard of Oz, possibly. Obviously, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, really cool part of the game. We've got a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up. Josh R. Except it is I who is killing the apes. Wait, this isn't an ape. He's got a tail. Tiny cat. He's reaching out for pets. Alright, Tiny Cat, but it's happening on camera. Yeah, oh yeah, get them scritches. Oh my gosh. Tiny Cat, sorry my hands are so cold. And now he's scritching himself. No random encounters in this area, I guess? Let's step guard to save some HP here. Are you a fan of Billy Mitchell, Karma? No, Josh. Dude is a liar and a D-bag. And I'm being nice there. Okay, so it looks like I have to cast Step Guard anytime I step off of a damaging floor. Billy Mitchell was, like, allegedly the, like a video game champion who at one point held the high score for arcade Donkey Kong. But then he got exposed as being a liar because he, like, cheated to get certain records. Should I go the other way, maybe? Actually don't remember how to get in. Every time I hear someone say someone is terrible, it's like I don't want to know them because I might end up hating them with a passion. Yeah, never meet your heroes. Used an illegal emulator in competition play for a record. Yeah, uh-huh. I actually don't know how to get in. You know what? You're probably supposed to maybe see something when you walk this way. Karma is the anti-Billy Mitchell. He's a good dude. Why do you say... Oh, I'm a good dude. Okay. I thought you were saying Billy Mitchell was a good dude. No, yeah, and then his other friend Todd Rogers apparently just lied about having, like, an impossible record in some Atari video game called Dragster, which sounds a lot more fun than it really is. Okay, that's the purpose of this spot right here, of this tiny little room, is so that you can see that jailer's door when you are standing in that tiny room. And now you can see how to enter Hargon's castle. Okay, I guess I didn't remember how you're supposed to know where to search. But that tiny little room gives you a clue. And it's like, hey, there's a jailer's key door right here that you can open. Or was it here? There it is. Oh my gosh, and there's so much damaging floor. And then this requires a gold key, but... I talked to the door, everyone. You don't need to do that. But there is a treasure chest over here. I wonder what this is. You, Karma. Hey, Josh R., thanks. It would be one thing if he was just a cheater, but he's also litigious about his reputation. Yeah, he's like kind of a jerk to people, too. Empty treasure chest? But yeah, then that other guy, Todd Rogers, was like, he basically, like, talked his way into the Guinness Book of World Records, being like, yeah, no, I got a certain time in the Atari game Dragster, which is just a game where you race a car. But it was later determined that the time that he claimed to have was impossible by tool-assisted speedrunners who broke down the game very thoroughly. Furthermore, like, the record that he claimed to have, he didn't have any proof of it. Was there a treasure chest over here? It's probably empty. Yeah. Kind of running out of MP here. Step guard is way more expensive than it should be. Yep, learned that with Vic Mignogna. Oh, Soulwave, I heard something about him. That he just, like, wasn't that great. The voice actor for, Edward Elric, right? Trolled, sad. Yeah, RJD, I assumed. I like treasure, says Genevieve B. Well, I treasure you. The goo found nothing. Was I supposed to search behind the throne? I actually don't remember what to do here. Or maybe I do this. Good old Todd Todgers. Yeah, he misspelled his own name in, like, a lawsuit filing, right? Or I guess his lawyers did, Grimburn, huh? It's weird there's a bunch of guys here. For real, go home. Axed Ambient? It's like flame guys, though. This is the Fungeon, everyone. I don't know if I want to do it just yet. It's true, bro, says David G. Wait, what is? I already forgot what we were talking about. Yo, the colors, Duke. These guys look insane. I mean, I guess they are. Explodette does nothing. Goo can one-shot, though. He tried calling for help. Didn't work. That's up to you, says Jill of Trades. Are those guys not as difficult as regular blizzards? Green Dragon, huh? Yeah, no, I'm seeing what kind of enemies are around here. So far, it's enemies that aren't as tough as the enemies right outside that monolith. What modern games do you like, says Corderock. 100% true, I've seen it and done it myself. Wait, what are we talking about, David G? I already forgot. These grown men were holding on to the legend of a video game record rather than moving on with life and finding something more important. It's kind of what they made themselves about, you know? What modern games do I like? If you had to be locked in a room with Billy Mitchell or Charles Manson for an hour, who would you pick, Karma? Josh? Probably Billy Mitchell, I guess. I don't know. That guy's not gonna kill me. Digicut says, you ever play Alundra 2? No. Still haven't beaten Alundra 1, but we're kind of far into it. Maybe about halfway. Where's the next level? Dracos? If I defeat some of the mini-bosses in this dungeon, do they respawn? Yeah, call me Sasser. I don't know if I want to go up to the next floor yet, because I don't want to have to kill any bosses and then have them not respawn. All he'll do is sue. Probably not Moida. Ultima 4 SNES was a tough game. There was an Ultima on SNES? Huh. I've been playing Secret of the Stairs. Oh, Stars! Yeah, I've heard that was good. Yeah, I don't want to advance any further into this dungeon just yet because I think I might end up killing a boss that will not respawn. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Yeah, Digicut, we've been playing that. Let's sleep these flames. I don't know if fire ever sleeps. With your MP so low, I wouldn't risk it. Yeah, and it's like... It's not even that, like, death is a big deal at this point, because I just lose money, you know? You sure do have to recast Step Guard. David G, I think you might be a little bit behind in the, on the live stream. So if you click the live button, it brings you up to, the current time. I don't know why, but, like, every time I join a live stream on mobile... YouTube will put me like 15 minutes back from the actual live time. Like, why would you ever do that? Why would I ever want that, YouTube? Are these flames dangerous? They blow flames. Secret of the Stairs. That's my favorite game. I remember the Dragon Warrior anime on ABC about 30 years ago. Yeah, did you cut? I watched some of that too. Need float is right. Alright, couple more battles in here. I thought maybe the experience would be faster. I tried making things easier and ended up getting all my data deleted on Dolphin. I'm mad about it. Oh no, Sammy the Tanuki. I'm so sorry. 4 green dragons. Widowy. Makes me realize I'm gonna be 37 this year. Did you cut? That's still pretty young. Flames. Alright, we should probably go back and heal. Could have sworn there was a way to float in this game. Draco's Everbright? Maybe you're thinking of the Step Guard spell. Outside costs 6. Return costs 6. Alright, let's save the game. Go now, the goo. Chill of Trades? Are you referencing something? When I hear Dragon Warrior, I think of Po from Kung Fu Panda. Oh my gosh. Soul Wave? Tell me why. I never saw those. Time to cook dinner. Thanks for joining me for cooking with Slooty. Yo, Slooty Bartfest? Slooty Bartfast? What are you cooking? WNBA legend Courtney Vandersloot might be related to you. I'll ask her. Not really, says Jill of Trades. Okay, love that. Watch the Double Dragon live-action movie from 1994. It was actually pretty good and funny. Did you cut? I never saw that one, actually. Super Mario movie from the 90s was terrible. Oh my god, Pippin, you almost stepped on the console again. I didn't realize Tiny Cat had left, but Pippin came up and was like, ooh, free bed? Oh my gosh, you're such a chunk, Pippin. Patriots Dan, what's going on? Karma, I'm going to the Super Bowl after 5 long years of suffering as a... After 5 long years of suffering as a Patriots fan. Oh my god, you guys are so spoiled. Were you joking when you said that? Congrats, LeMayo. My heart breaks for Bills fans, and, like, I don't know what to say about Vikings fans, you know? I have been blessed with some championships, though. One day my Browns will make it. Slooty Bartfast? That's a good attitude to have. Hate the Vikings, says Axe Dambient. Yeah, as a Saints fan, so do I. But we got our one Super Bowl. It happened during my lifetime. Some people don't get to say that, you know? I also, like, after I left Kansas City, my Aunt Adele convinced me to be a Chiefs fan. And that was, like, the year before they started Mahomes. And then, like, the Chiefs became good. And I was like, okay, that was fun. David G, I thought you were talking about the Sword of Destruction trick. And now I know that you're, like, 15 minutes behind on the live stream. I don't know why YouTube does that if you're joining on mobile. Or at least it tends to do that when you're joining on mobile, in my experience. But yeah, you might want to move the slider. to current... Oops, got defeated, I think. Like Jets fans. Yeah, Jake Asman fan. Ouch. Born too late to see the 85 Bears. They've been so close. I was kind of rooting for them, Alves. He's not going to see that for another 15 minutes. Yeah, but I also told him that like 15 minutes ago, Patriots Dan, so maybe he will. I may be a product of the 85 Bears, says Call Me Sasser. What do you mean by that? Pomunson, welcome. As a Packer fan, I'm offended. Wait, at what exactly? I remember, like, in 2009, when the Yankees won the World Series, a lot of my friends were like, it's been 9 long years since we last won the World Series. And at the time, I was like, I've never had one of my teams win the World Series, or win a championship, I should say. Of course, at the time, the Saints had, like, just won the Super Bowl. So maybe I couldn't say that. You're still in the same area? Yo, CJ from Grove Street. Yes. Decided to do some more level grinding tonight. KJ, they beat the Angels. Wait, what are we talking about? That's a great movie. That said, I'm like a little bit happy for the Patriots, you know? Like, now that they don't have Tom Brady, but like... Or at least I was, until I heard all their fans being like, oh my gosh, last couple years have been rough for us. Have they? You guys won a Super Bowl like a few years ago. But I do like Drake May. Jets just end the season. Yo, we were just talking about that. When are you planning on doing the next town or dungeon? CJ! Yeah, no, I've been saying that I want to get to max level. Yeah, that said, Jake Asman fan, I think I'm rooting for the Seahawks. Boo, says Patriots Dan. Like, I won't be unhappy if the Patriots win. Just give it to beast mode. Pomunson? They shoulda. I've been to New Orleans, says Axe Dambient. Dumbest decision ever. Yeah, like... Talking about, that Super Bowl where the Seahawks were, like, pretty much leading the whole game. Then at the end of the game, they're making a comeback. Or Patriots have the lead, like a 4-point lead. Seahawks get down to, like, the 1-yard line. They throw an interception. And it's like they had 2 downs left to run the ball, just to run the ball into the end zone. They could have just stuffed it down their throats and won a Super Bowl. But they decided to throw the ball. They got picked off. Patriots win. Everyone says that's like one of the dumbest coaching decisions ever made. And I think it is. I think what happened was Pete Carroll didn't want... Like, he was having problems with Marshawn Lynch. And didn't want him to be the hero of the game. So he's like, let's throw the ball, and it bit him in the ass. I live in Denver. The game between Broncos and Patriots was a huge thing. The entire downtown was all kinds of trafficy. Nicholas McMahon Watson. I felt bad for the Broncos because, like, their quarterback got injured, like, the end of the game before. Yeah, CJ, so the level cap apparently is 50, 45, 35 for the Goo, Esgar, and Gwen, respectively. Now Pete's chewing gum for the Raiders. Uh-huh. I told you I'm from Los Angeles. Yeah, but you have family in Louisiana? Newer Dragon Warriors are level 100 cap. Yeah, that starts with Dragon Warrior 3. I think level 99, I should say, is the cap. He got fired. Pete Carroll did? A Jake Asman fan? My guilty pleasure has been tuning into Bronco fan streams all day. Patriots Dan, you stop. Well, good luck. Good luck in the Super Bowl. I'm happy for you. But I'm like 53% in favor of the Seahawks winning, I gotta say. Aren't all RPG level caps nowadays 100? CJ? Probably. All? Probably not all, but most of them. Slimeburger, what's going on? It says, he says, it sucks the Broncos lost even though the horse racing anime game gave them so much traction, especially the tear they were going on this season. Yeah, and then their quarterback got injured. I'm a Cowboys family, so I'm a Cowboys fan by default, says Sammy the Tanuki. My dad likes the Patriots. Tiny Cat, good jump. Did you take out ad space for the Super Bowl, Karma? No, I'm just going to hijack the broadcast. I like how he has a one-hit KO move and can duplicate himself and do multiple attacks. Did you cut? Wait, what are we talking about? Yeah, call me Sasser. I didn't realize that I wasn't even halfway done with leveling, with the experience grind. Can someone tell me what that anime is? Yeah, what are we talking about? Dennis Allen as a head coach, kind of bad, but the Saints are chronically cap screwed. Dennis Allen as a DC, good. Yeah, he was great as defensive coordinator for the Saints. And then just, like, didn't do well as a head coach. And what's weird is that, like, we didn't have a good defense when he was a head coach. Uma Ma Musame. I fixed a drawer all by myself. Genevieve B, tell us about it. I fixed a door on my cabinets. Yo, the Goo got promoted. 3 power, 2 speed, 1 HP. Not a great level up. Hot take, but I like to think of Chrono Trigger as a Dragon Warrior sequel. That is a hot take. They are not related, but Akira Toriyama. And Yasunori Mitsuda. Hit him. Bop! 15 damage with a stick. I fix crap all day most days because I'm a handyman. Jake Asman fan? You're also a Jake Asman fan, and Gwen leveled up. 3 power, 3 speed, 7 HP, 1 MP. Pomunson, what? Why does he have a stick? Why does Gwen have a stick? She's got the Staff of Thunder. Wait, hold on. I guess I forgot Bulwong can actually be in a group with other enemies. Aren't all Dragon Warrior games unrelated to each other? No, CJ. This game is a sequel to Dragon Warrior 1. In fact, it has... In Dragon Warrior 1 takes place on the land of Alefgard. Alefgard is contained within the map for Dragon Warrior 2, so you can visit Alefgard. And, they tell you about your ancestors and stuff. And then Dragon Warrior 3 turns out to be a prequel to Dragon Warrior 1 and 2. I don't remember how Dragon Warrior 4, 5, and 6 are related, but they are? It's a trilogy, yes. Explodette is now hitting more often, I feel like. Does that have something to do with, like, her speed stat? That'd be pretty crazy. Looking like all the DQ games might end up being tied into each other, says Mike M. Oh, yeah? Because, like, 4, 5, and 6 are unrelated to 1, 2, and 3, right? I'm not really familiar with the story of 5 and 6, even though I technically played 5. Yeah, the Zenithian trilogy, right. Pep. My cat is over here. She's getting comfy. Joke has been sent to the Shadow Realm. Did I miss a comment? Pomunsen. 5 is awesome. Get married and have a family. Yeah, I remember that part. I don't remember much else about the game. Other than I would often get one-shotted by, like, the sacrifice spell or defeat spell. That game is also pretty brutal about, like, the enemy can just one-shot you. They have instant death spells. Might have it here, actually. Ever play Legend of Dragoon? Yeah, we live streamed that. It took me a long time because I was playing it on actual hardware, and then at one point my PlayStation broke, and so my friend gifted me a PS2, and then that broke, and then I ended up moving. So yeah, a lot of life stuff happened, and then my my equipment kept breaking down. But we did eventually finish it. Illusion of Gaia is awesome. Yeah, the story for that game is really good. Jake Asman fan, there was a thing that blew my mind about the Illusion of Gaia. So, the core mechanic in Illusion of Gaia is that you don't level up. But in every room that has enemies, if you defeat all of the enemies in the room, one of your stats will increase. And that's how you basically level up in that game. However, anytime you defeat a boss to finish a chapter, the game will set your stats to a certain amount as if you had defeated all of the enemies in every room. So, you don't actually have to defeat the enemies to get permanent stat increases. As long as you finish the chapter by beating the boss, which is something that you pretty much have to do to advance the story, your stats will be set to certain numbers. So, yeah, you'll be just as strong at the beginning of a chapter, whether you defeated all the enemies in the previous chapter or not. Just the boss, yeah. You knew about that, Jake Asman fan? Always kind of liked the Vagrant Story and Parasite Eve style of gameplay. I love Vagrant Story. I should do that soon. Wait till you play Phantasy Star 3 because you get married twice in a row in the story. CJ? That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of partying. Parasite Eve slapped. Never played that one, Mike M, but my YouTube counterpart Megaharv has streamed those games a bunch. Needs a re-release. Recently tried the FF7 remake, and TBH, I felt the game wasn't really to my taste. A little too chaotic for me. Yeah, Tales Korra, a lot of people like it, but I looked at it and thought, like, I don't know, just didn't think I would like it. Do not love Square Enix voice acting, either. Hey, Esgar got promoted. Power increased by 7. Speed by 2. HP by 2. MP by 5. Huge gains. Yeah, so that guy's gonna start hitting so much harder now. Or 7 harder now, I guess I should say. Yeah, he hit for 51 on a single hit there. New FF7 has too many buttons to remember. Jake Asman fan? Are we old? The getting married part is also optional, so you can get 4 different timelines by having different children with different wives, and then eventually you get grandkids. Interesting. I'm 46. Okay, yeah, so... we old. No, I'm 38, and I don't feel that old, you know? I'm hoping when I get to 46, I don't feel that old either. JJJ, what's going on? I grew up with a stick and a button. A stick, you say? All the dogs in the chat are like, what? You beat me, I'm 42. I beat you? At what? Neither of us have prime numbers as ages, Slooty Bartfast, so I think we both lose. 41, though. Prime number. 39 soon is not a prime number. God, I have to wait until 41 until I have another prime number. Which is important for some reason. Yeah, just grinding again, JJJ. I know you meant Atari. My friend Sean R. had an Atari when I was younger, and showed me, like, the Indiana Jones game. 41 was so last year. Nope, can't fix it. Too late, you said you're. Oh shoot, instant kills. And Explodette did nothing. Esgar, get him. Yeah, he had 2 low damage rolls there. Gonna have to hope that Explodette hits the blizzard here. Lol, wrecked is right. Dang. Get him, Esgar. Stop. You gotta focus fire, dude. Alright, that's fine. He hits for 40 and 45 now. That's pretty darn good. Why don't you progress farther to get more XP? It's slower. If I go to the final dungeon to grind, it's actually a lot slower, I just found. Even if I maybe go, like, to the top floor to fight the toughest encounters in the game, the encounter rate is not as fast as it is here. So this is the best place to level up, is what it seems. Esgar hits twice. Yes, because he's got the Falcon Sword equipped, Dracos. Man, Prince of Canuck, the last one standing, how atypical. Mike M, so someone brought to my attention the fact that there are a lot of memes on the internet about the Prince of Canuck being absolutely worthless in this game. Dude carried me through an entire dungeon, like, the Goo and Gwen were both dead. and I was still able to go deeper into the sea cave, defeat the boss, find the treasure, and run all the way out. So the man's a legit hero. Another Toriyama game I remember is Tobal fighting game on PS1. Am I reading that right? Sometimes I have trouble seeing the difference between L's and I's if it's a word I don't recognize. Yeah, if you give him the best gear possible, he is solid. And if you level him all the way up, he gets insane numbers when he's fully leveled. Not insane, but like, the guy hits hard. Go now, the goo. You know, I didn't mention this ever, but like, the main hero appears to have goggles on his helmet. In fact, the official art shows that he's got like, I guess, aviator goggles on his headgear, and so does the Prince of Kenok. That makes so much sense to have goggles on a quest like this, because, like, you're gonna get monster guts splattered in your face. There's gonna be, like, you know, a sandstorm at some point. Protect the eyes. But they never fly. A Jake Asman fan, when you cast the return spell, what do you think happens? Remember doing the goggles in the early 2000s? Slooty Bartfast? No. What are you talking about? Wormhole? It shows in other games that they actually, like, ascend into the air and then fall down from the sky when they use the, Zoom spell is what it's called in Dragon Quest VIII. I remember The Bouncer on PS2, Square Enix beat 'em up. That game was kind of fun, even if it was very cheesy. But we love cheese. PSI squats? Yo, JJJ. Yeah, that's what I, that was Thump's damaging attack, psychic attack, when I streamed Earthbound. I named the main character Thump, and I named my favorite thing Squats, so he learned PSI squats. The Bouncer on PS2 is a great game, just try not to scratch the disc up because it has a purple layer which scratches easily. Like, it scratches more easily than other games? FF7 squats? Yeah, what's another game that you do squats in? Square had a beat 'em up? Never heard of it. Yeah, it's called The Bouncer on PS2. And it had, you know, level up elements in it. I'm off to read. Bye. Yo, Genevieve B, thank you so much for showing up. Everyone put the puppies in the chat for Genevieve B. Bouncer is also a rare game. Is it? My neighbor had it. Gosh dang it. Yes, precisely. Okay, I didn't realize it specifically scratched easy. Like, easier than other games. Did I see it right that Esgar has more total experience than the goo? Yeah, look at them pups. Jerry Lawler. Hardly knew her. Kind of a short game, though. Yeah, but, like, it basically has 3 different ways to play. It's got 3 different characters who each have who each have different stories. So, like, basically I remember, like, if you choose the same character for every chapter, you get that character's full story. Then you play the game over and choose a different character. Every chapter you get that character's full story, and it's kind of interesting. Yeah, look at that. Esgar has more experience than the Goo. I guess that makes sense considering that he survived an entire dungeon that my other characters did not. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, Quarter Rock. Game was probably like 2002, I would say. I mean, it was PS2. And it had a versus mode that was silly. I kind of remember targeting was like difficult in that game. Like just getting your character to face the right enemy and do the move toward that enemy was really difficult. So control was kind of bad. But there was like a chain system where like if you this is I haven't played this game since probably 2002. So this is in the back of the memory. But I do remember, like, if you beat up an enemy, you get experience. If you beat up an enemy and then he falls into another enemy and kills that enemy, you get a multiplier on the experience. And there were ways to make it so that you would like domino effect 5 different enemies and get like a ton of experience. KJ in chat, I got my USB-C charger robbed. Axe Dambiet, oh no. How'd that happen? What the heck? That's why I didn't say anything. I'm sorry, that's stupid and I hate it. One of the few games my brother would let me play because it was co-op. I don't remember it being co-op. I don't remember. Older brother, I assume. Homegirl's sister. Sister? Damn near killed her. Axe Dambiet? Will you get it back? Give me 1 second here. All right. All right, let's get another level up. 3 Blizz. Defeat does numbers here. Actually, it literally does not do any numbers. It just instant kills. Probably should have just attacked, huh? Well, it doesn't matter because he died anyway before he got his turn. Thoughts on chicken parm, Karma? Josh R? Fantastic food. I could have one every day for a year and only barely get bored of it. What's up, y'all? It's the Ur. Yo, Russell H. Welcome. So wait, like, what were you trying to put for your character name that you accidentally put UR? Ursula? Ursula? Hardly knew her. Yeah, he told you it was co-op, but he gave you an unplugged controller. I've done that before with a small child. Chicken parm for breakfast? I could do that. Saluti Barfast? Same. And breakfast is now. Let's go. Alright, so yeah, at this point I feel like attacking with Esgar and then using Explodette on a group of blizzards is more reliable than casting Defeat. Unless maybe it's like 4 blizzards. I don't know. Damn. Got defeated. Ordering chicken parm at a diner is the equivalent of ordering a slice of cheese pizza first. In order to determine the restaurant's overall quality expectations. My go-to. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, if you're just checking out a new place, you gotta try the staples first. Bye, Gwen is right. That's okay. She's leveling up soon. I don't know why I remember leveling up to maximum didn't take that long in this game. Because I feel like it's going to take a lot longer if I want to do it on stream. You guys don't mind, right? That sucked. Russ. I missed the R, started over, and didn't erase the U. Just went with it. I see. That's kind of funny. 50 is the level cap. Alex B, it's 50, 45, 35 for the Goo, Esgar, and Gwen, respectively. Love that you're doing this because FF6 I do this. Good. Okay. That makes me feel better about it. I think I can speak for all of us. Golden Sun 4 would be nice to see. I never... Oh, do you mean it would be nice if they made a Golden Sun 4? There's not a fourth one, is there? I actually don't know how many Golden Sun games there are. I tried the Golden Sun GBA game. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I think I actually have one for DS, now that I'm thinking about it. And that game was okay, but I never got far in it. Mario Bros. 3 shortcut with the hammer earlier was mind-blowing. Played that game 100 times, never knew that. Yeah, there's like no reason for that to be there, and there's no indication that it is there. But yeah, I posted a short recently about a certain rock you can break. There it was. Okay, I think I figured out why that musical glitch, I guess, is happening. Because when you revive an ally in the overworld, it doesn't immediately change the overworld music from song 1 to song 2. And this, I forgot the name of it, but let's say this is song 2. Then when you win a battle, it momentarily plays song 1 before it changes back to song 2, being like, oh, you do have all 3 party members alive. Okay, so I didn't realize that was a thing. Just a slight musical glitch, I guess I would call it. Golden Sun 3 was a bit underwhelming. I mean, it was good, but it didn't measure up to 1 and 2. I guess I gotta give those games another chance. I'm playing Dragon Quest XI, says Sammy the T. How is there blizzard enemies in a regular forest? Yeah, like, are they flames? Or are they cold flames? Does it happen on real hardware, I wonder? Rogue effect? That could just be a timing issue. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Maybe I'll confirm. When are you going to do a Chrono Trigger playthrough? Josh R., it's been a long time, and I've been thinking about it. I got so many games I want to get to. But I love that game, so possibly soon. Ah. Oh, low damage there. But Gwen cleaned him up. Trees don't have snow on them or anything. That's a good point. Like, this is supposed to be like a snowy area, right? Frog is your favorite character, or Magus? It's gotta be Isla. Josh R. Yo, the Goo gotta level up 1 power, 2 speed, 4 HP. Okay, he's getting some low level ups here. You know, those trees might have like a small smattering of snow on them. I hate how Famicom had the better carts, but they went with a bulky gray cart for the NES, says Rob War. You know, it never bothered me because I was unaware of them when I was younger. Gwen needs 62,000 experience for the next level up. That's crazy. She had the goggles, too. Chrono's probably the greatest story in the 16-bit era. Luca had the goggles. Ayla or Ayla was the cave woman lady. Who's like, ooh, you drink lots of soup? You're my friend. And I'm like, that's pretty much exactly me. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Soup. Alex V, why do you put soup in quotes? What do you think it was? Seemed like soup to me. It's been a while since you played Chrono Trigger. Maybe I should stream it. Walter M, what's going on? Just doing some level grinding. I am also getting very hungry. It was poi. Yeah, Jill of Trades, what is that? We are at soup. What do you mean you're at soup? I thought poi was when you spin the flamey things at music festivals. Not true. If you open the cart, the board inside is almost the same, if not the same, of the Famicom. One of the few games that had extra features like this. Even if it did, the carts were slightly bigger. Yeah, Rob War, I never really looked at what a Famicom is. Someone told me it had the controller ports in the back, though, which was weird. Damn, now I gotta confirm if I'm at soup. I mean the soup thing in Chrono Trigger. I'm thinking of doing a wrestling move on someone. Los Angeles, man. Axed Ambient? Are you, out in public right now? Done cooking, time for eating. Wait, yeah, Slooty Bartfast, what were you cooking? And what are you about to eat? Does your lady share your enthusiasm of retro video games? Not retro games, but games. And not quite my enthusiasm, but close enough. And it makes me happy. I'm hanging out at my lady's house. I see, Axed Ambient. To be fair, I want to do a wrestling move on someone all the time. I grew up in one of those households. My brother would just constantly tackle me. Isn't Coachella the biggest music festival? Did you cut? Possibly. Onion crunch chicken with mashed potatoes and green beans. Yo, that sounds sick, dude. I had, I threw some asparagus and some carrots in the oven earlier, and that was pretty good. They turned out nice. Baked carrots, underrated, I feel like. But, you know, you put a little cooking oil on it. I seasoned it with, some smoked paprika, and, I just threw some, Parmesan cheese on it. Salt, pep. It was pretty good. Are you the baby brother? Alves, how could you tell? I am the youngest in my family. Of my siblings. Famicom used a more advanced sound chip. Yeah, I heard about that, Rob War. Which is why, Legend of Zelda, the Japanese version has different music. And I'm like, whoa, I never knew about that. That's crazy. Famicom version of SMB1 has better audio than the USA version. I have my alarm set to Frog's theme from Chrono Trigger. What a way to start your day. So, Josh R., I talk about this a lot, but, in every single, I watch a lot of, Let me give you an example. I subscribe to someone named Cara Comparetto on YouTube. She is a brilliant pianist. Fantastic on the keys. But she did a version of Frog's theme from Chrono Trigger that starts the same way that I've seen like a lot of other people who play this song on piano will start with an arrangement that does not actually appear anywhere in the game. So I don't know why this is, but when people will recreate Frog's theme from the Super Nintendo version of Chrono Trigger, they always start with a couple measures of music that I recognize, but is not anywhere in the game. And, like, why is that? Famicom Disk System was actually an add-on to the Famicom, yes. I think Brental Floss gave Frog's theme some lyrics. Something that's on the official soundtrack OST, but yeah, for some reason never appears in the game. Oh, Tales Korra, yeah, so maybe there was like an album for the game that had that part of the music. But it didn't actually appear in the game. Portrait is good, my personal is Aria of Sorrow. Call Me Sasser, yeah, 2 games that I streamed kinda recently. We played Aria of Sorrow like a couple months ago. And then Portrait of Ruin like a year ago, maybe. Had a blast with them. Jill of Trade says... Soup equals sake in English to Japanese version. Oh, so in Japanese you're saying that it was a sake drinking contest? And then at the Millennial Fair, instead of chugging the sodas, it was beer. That's crazy. If you listen to Frog's theme on the PSX version, it starts with that intro. Okay, Alex V. Was wondering about that. I guess I could have just looked it up. Portrait of Ruin, I like how you can unlock other characters to play through the game with. Yeah, that's some fun little replay value that they added at the end there. Charlotte! Jonathan! I mean, Famicom was 10 times better than NES in both audio and graphical quality. I wouldn't say 10 times. NES really messed up some stuff, plus censorship was, But yeah, I get your point. Really want them to make a Castlevania game with John Morris. Did they not? We planted the seed. Karma will be playing Chrono Trigger soon. Like a moth to the flame. Yeah, maybe a moth or two from now. I'll get to it. Bop. Bop. Didn't kill him. Okay. We heal him. Have you played any of the DW HD 2D remakes? Russell H, not on stream, no, but I did get myself Dragon Warrior 3, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D as a Christmas present to self. Dang, lots of dodges. Did he double dodge Esgar there? And I might stream it at some point, I don't know. Are you a Mega Man aficionado? Josh R, I love Mega Man. I bought Mega Man 11 a long time ago and never played it. So yeah, that's another game I need to stream. I do that with a lot of games, actually. How good is Dragon Quest 3 on Switch 1? I like it, but Abraham, the problem that I've mentioned a lot is that the freaking text size on that game is so small. And I was trying to play it on like a handheld Switch, and I had to squint and look at it with my old man eyes, and I just couldn't read it. So fortunately, I like kind of know what I'm doing already in that game because I love Dragon Warrior 3. But the new stuff I'll be lost on, you know. All right, Esgar leveled up here. Power increased by 8. What a monster. Speed by 3, HP by 3. All right, everybody. I need to move my car before it gets towed, and then I need to make some dinner. And then eat some dinner, I would say. On Switch, you can double-click the home button to zoom. Yeah, but that's tedious, Rug Effect. Might need to enable it. Yeah, no, you're right. I forgot about that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just do that. What's for dinner? Josh R? I don't know yet, but maybe I'll post it in the Discord when I figure it out. Anyway, I gotta do some stuff. Hey, thank you so much for watching me do a whole bunch of grinding today, everyone. Yeah, I gotta dock it to the TV then. CJ, I might, but I want to play it in bed, you know? Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching me play this game. Until next time, this is KarmaJolt signing off. Tell your friends I'm great. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Let's do some Alundra tomorrow. Take a break from this. I'll see you soon.